Yes, y'all. Welcome to episode number 121 of the Klyph Notes podcast. Yo, this one, I gotta say, is truly an example of the foundation of the Klyph Notes podcast, for real, man. I just got cool friends, you know what I mean? And every once in a while, I get a chance to sit with them and have dope conversations and just record them and then share them with y'all. And that's really what this was, man. I hadn't had a chance to chop it up with this cat in a minute, aside from just kind of checking in on the social or whatever. But it was dope to catch up and see what he's been up to. We recorded this like the fall of 20, so a lot of stuff was going on, and we definitely touched in on that. But then had a chance to find out what he's been working on, and he's been working, yo. 2020 is about to be a year. He got a number of projects on deck that he's been working on that he's getting ready to release this year. So we get to talk about that. We talk about I didn't realize how much my man was in the shoes, yo. So we got a chance to talk about that. And it was dope. It was dope because we also had a special surprise person tap into the podcast, which was cool. And it's hopefully just an example of what's to come in the future in terms of guests on the Klyph Notes podcast. I'm excited for you to hear that. And it was like we literally, man, it was just a dope conversation. So I'm excited for y'all to hear this episode, the Klyph Notes podcast with my guy, Solomon. It's been way too long, yo. Yo, but before we get into that, man, just a reminder that we got some stuff coming up that I definitely want y'all to be aware of. Coming up on June 25th, 26th, and 27th, our supporter, Akepele Apparel, is doing a pop-up. And you are invited, you know what I mean? For all of those here in the Portland metro area in the Northwest, if you up north in Seattle way or you down south, you should come up to Portland the 25th, 26th, and 27th. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be live DJs. There's going to be some new releases of Akepele merch that you want to get your hands on. There's going to be some stuff exclusive to the event. And people who are tapping in online, there's going to be some stuff exclusive for you as well. So that's going down on June the 25th, 26th, and 27th, the Akepele Apparel pop-up. If you go to akepele.com, akepele.com, you can get more information on that. So dope to be able to do live events and connect and see people in person again. Other things that you should have on your calendar coming up in August, it is the 2021 version of PDX Hip Hop Week. And there's a couple of events that have been announced on deck. The 20th is the return of Mic Check in front of a live studio audience. Man, we are so excited, man, to be able to rock with folk live and in person. But we're really excited for this event for a number of reasons, man. We're doing it at the Crystal Ballroom, Lola's Room. And it's something that Star Child and I talked about, that we wanted to get to the point that it was so big that we would have to move it to the Crystal Ballroom. And we're like one step closer from being in the main room, man. But this is also going to be the Portland album release event for Boom Bap Project. They're back, their first project in like 15 years. It's going to be a concert, y'all, for real. We got Boom Bap Project on the bill. We got the homie KB on the bill. We got Cool Nuts on the bill. We got Hanif on the bill. We got Kunu on the bill. We got a couple of surprise guests coming through that we're excited to be able to have bless the stage. Of course, DJ OG1 is going to be there holding us down with the music. And then we get a chance to recognize a member of the local scene who's done so much for music and for radio, DJ Ambush. We're excited to recognize him on the night with a special presentation. And then we're also going to have an opportunity to support local nonprofit Hip Hop Fighting Cancer with a portion of proceeds from the night going to that. It's going to be a good time, y'all, for real. You know how we do at Mic Check. So pre-sale tickets are available right now. You can copy yours at miccheck.com, miccheckpdx.com and get your tickets there. Or you can go to djklyph.com and get your tickets there. Or you can go to the Lola's Room website, get your tickets there. Man, get your tickets, man. Pre-sale on deck. It's going to be a good time. Also announced on the 26th, the Star Awards, and a number of members of the community who have been nominated and have won. Those names are listed. We're excited to be able to recognize people for the work that they've done in the city over the last year, man. So it's going to be It's Hip Hop Week. It's PDX Hip Hop Week. There's gonna be some other events going down, so you want to stay connected. Check out pdxhiphopweek.com. All right, y'all. Let's get into this interview. Once again, this is episode number 121 of the Klyph Notes podcast with the homie Solomon. Let's go. Support for the Klyph Notes podcast comes from Akepele Apparel, an idea born from a love of hip-hop, funk, and soul music and its surrounding cultures. With fashion being a huge visual part of the cultures, they've created expressive images to pay homage, invoke nostalgia, and showcase the elements that make up the lifestyle and cultures of these genres. Akepele, apparel for the music lifestyle. For more information, check out akepele.com. That's AKEPELE.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, the show you're about to listen to may contain explicit content. So guess what? You need to put them babies to sleep. This is for grown folks only. So we're not held liable for anything you might be offended by. Thank you for listening.
Yes, yeah. Welcome back to another episode of the Klyph Notes podcast. Available everywhere you listen to your podcasts. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Podcasts. It's everywhere, man. You can check us out. Yo, this one. It's funny. I say it a lot, but it's especially true. This one is a long time coming because we've been trying to do this one for a minute. And it's I think this is probably going to be the first artist, individual that gets the three-peat, like the third time doing an episode of the Klyph Notes podcast.
Ooh-wee.
So excited to have him back, and like actually super curious because I just hadn't talked to him in a minute, so I have actually no idea what he's been doing. So, but yo, let him know who you are, homie.
Yo, Solomon, formerly known as Stuart Villain, formerly known as Stewie Vuitton. What's good?
What's good with you, rap?
Bro, living, bro. It's been a long year, brother.
Man, and it ain't over yet. It's only September, yo.
That's what's scary. November finna hit. I'm scared for November,
bro.
Because if Orange Man gets voted in, people gonna go crazy.
But that's a crazy thing, bro. Like, I think regardless, either way, one way or the other, somebody ain't gonna be happy.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? And then people gonna act out.
I'd rather our side be happy though.
100%.
Our side, because our side's the ones that gonna really.
100%.
It's gonna be crazy.
Yes, man.
Yeah.
But what's good with you, bro?
Bro, living, bro. Just like getting back to what matters. I feel like, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Kind of lost steam for a little bit. I feel like that happens to everybody. I hit my 30s and I was like, oh, I'm not where I wanted to be yet. You know what I'm saying? But this year actually has been a really good year. So last year sucked. Last year was like one of the worst years ever. And then it was whack. And then this year it just turned up and like got crazy. As soon as COVID hit, we kind of like locked in and just started creating more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And everything's been good.
It's crazy.
Really good.
Because the last time, I'm trying to remember, I purposely tried not to go back and listen to old episodes.
Uh-huh.
I probably should, just so I know the stuff that we talked about. But so I don't remember if it was on the last episode or if it was just like in conversation that we had where you were switching gears in terms of the direction you were going production-wise, artistically, like a whole different direction.
Yeah, and I'm still on that, but I had to get back to like, I mean, that project, I remember, what's that? That project with Fresh Lex that I was talking about still never came out. Me and Kenny finally just got the track list together like 2 weeks ago, I think. Wow. Yeah. So like that chapter of my life, I'm still into that stuff, like the super complex dance stuff. But I actually got back into like working with rappers again. I was like fed up with rappers at one point. I was sick of it. I was like, I hate you guys so much. But like I realized like a lot of like I just wasn't being true to like what I really was good at. You know what I'm saying? I was like kind of chasing something. Yeah. I learned a lot of techniques and skills from doing the other stuff, but I got back to the rap stuff after I made that, and I feel like my music got like that much better. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it was a weird little journey, but it worked out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The sort of that you talk about that journey. I mean, it truly is, because when I think about art, think about artists. You're influenced by your life experience,
facts.
right?
That's facts.
So kind of having that experience of going through a transition creatively, but then just like everything that we've been dealing with in 2020, it's all crazy. Hold on, we're gonna take a little pause right quick. So that's one of the cool things. So y'all don't even know what happened. I just paused the situation and then we back. So anyway, we was just talking about like being influenced by situations and then like 2020 being crazy. So how has that impacted because you're saying this has been a good year so far. So how has that impacted your creative process?
Like, so when COVID started in March, it was really, it gave me a lot of time to myself, you know, like, cause I was only hanging out with my roommate, Devin, and it gave me a lot of time to like think about like what I actually wanted to go for and do.
Yeah.
So we started talking and, we just got like super, super creative. And, so I'm doing this project with Sxlxmxn, and I always wanted to do a cartoon, you know what I mean? I was like, how can I do a cartoon? You know what I'm saying? So like I started like looking through Instagram for animators. I'm gonna tell you this story. It's a funny story. I found one. So we're like, boom, 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 boom. We're talking. I'm like, yo, what are your prices? Blah, 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 blah. He tells me his prices, and he has me put down a deposit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right. I don't even know this dude, but I'm gonna just show him I'm serious. I want to put down a deposit for this record. For this cartoon we're trying to get made. I had my boy Tyree write a storyboard for it. Really dope, intricate storyboard. I won't tell y'all what it's about. But sent the graphic, or not the graphic dude, the cartoonist the storyboard. He's like, cool, I'll send you back some reels in a couple days. A couple days go by. He doesn't answer me. I'm like, all right, what's going on? I go on Instagram. He just took my deposit and ran. So I was like, damn. You know what I mean? I'm like, shit.
I literally been there, bro.
Yeah, I was like, whatever. I was like, whatever. I don't care. And then I'm sitting there thinking like, damn, I still want to do this though. And I'm like, who do I know? And I know mad people. I know like my network is very vast. So I'm like sitting there and I'm like, oh, my boy Sam does cartoon work. Yeah. So I tell him what happened. I'm like, bro, do you want to do a cartoon? He's like, yeah, bro, I've been trying to work with you forever, blah, blah, blah. And I told him like the situation about how I got burned. He's like, don't even worry about it. You don't gotta pay me. And I was like, oh shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
so we started working on that. That was like the kickstart to like being ambitious about things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we've been working on that. That's still not done. And then in the midst of all that, I just kept making music. And Taylor from Airst approached me, and he was like, do you want to sign another deal and do a production album? I was like, yeah, bro, like, let's do it.
Yeah.
At first, I wasn't going to do it. I was like, I don't know. But my boy Sean was like, why wouldn't you do it? It's just going to be, those are people that are going to be in your corner to help you get these Spotify playlists and all that stuff.
Right.
So I was like, okay, fuck it, let's do it. And that was like kind of like the turning point of the year for me, where I just started going crazy. Like I just really like I quit my job, locked myself in my room for 2 weeks and got like a really, really good start on it. I got some like really dope features that I wouldn't have rather normally got. You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay. I got Boldy James from Griselda on there.
What?
Yeah. It's crazy.
Like how you gonna start it off with that? You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, that's the first thing you dropped.
It was nuts. Like I got a contact with him through a mutual friend, and he hooked us up. And same thing with Boldy. I thought he wasn't gonna do it. I was like, he's not gonna do it, and he did it. I was like texting him. I got his number from my boy, and I'm like texting him, and he's like, yeah, I got you, bro, don't trip, I'm gonna do it, and I'm like, all right. So 2 weeks back go by, and I'm like, fuck, I was like really banking on this, like that's right. That's like one of the big names on the project, you know what I mean? Like I need this.
Yeah.
He sent it though. He sent it back, and I was like, oh shit, I couldn't fucking believe it. And then a week after that, he signed a Griselda, which is tight. Yeah. So we got kind of like an in over there.
Yeah.
And then I got Vic Spencer from Chicago. Are you familiar with Vic?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got Vic on there. That's my homie.
Okay.
I got Vic on there. I got Michael.
Wait, why do I know?
Libretto got a joint with him.
Okay, there you go. There you go.
That's the homie though.
Yeah.
Like, we just like, it's weird because I've been friends with him for like a year. I never even talked about doing music with him. We just used to talk like sneakers and shit.
Yeah.
And so I asked him to do it, and he was like, bro, off tops, like, you've never asked me for nothing. And I've, like, given him beats for free, you know what I mean? So I've never really asked him for anything. And when I asked him, he was like, yeah, I got you.
That's what's up.
I got Michael Rocks from the Cool Kids, which is super fire to me. That's legendary. You know what I'm saying? That's, like, one of my favorite rappers ever.
Yeah.
There's a couple other names, like, we're working on. I'm just, like, waiting to get, like, the definite. I learned my lesson of saying something's gonna happen and it doesn't happen. I'll look stupid.
Just wait.
It's happened hella times. So
yeah.
I got them, and then hold on, let me read you this list of people I got on that. Because this ain't even. I don't even want you to drop this podcast till the album about to come out.
Okay.
Anyway, so,
Okay. That's what's up. That's what's up.
Let's see. Oh, where's the list? The list is heavy.
It's nuts. It's nuts that this is gonna be like people haven't heard from you for a minute, and then it's like
it's gonna be the Fresh Select one, and then I got an EP with this label called Nightmare, and then this one will come out probably like April.
Okay.
I think.
Okay.
So we got Boldy James, Vic Spencer, Sir Michael Rocks, Logi from Philly. Are you familiar with Logi? From Philly. He does a lot of shit with Fresh Selects.
Okay.
Got Concept Jackson. He's from Virginia. Nate Jack. He's from Seattle.
Okay.
Spoon. You know Spoon.
Yeah.
He's from here.
Yeah.
Milk.
Okay.
Ilmac. Dante Thomas. Campana. He's from Seattle.
Okay.
Mike Bogan. Perry Paints is from Seattle. London Day from Seattle. Boca. Shirty. Brill. Soup Dread. Romero Francois from Seattle. Matt Randall. Satire from L.A. Triz from L.A. Sus from Seattle. Remember Face. And then Sunny Jim from Britain. It's like the final like list of people that are on the project.
Bro.
It's a bit. It's like, oh man. it's so hard to do too. Like, last time I did a compilation like this was my name is Stuart.
Yeah.
And I didn't do it the way I'm doing. Like, I'm sending them the records, and then they're sending me their vocals and stuff back, and then I'm going back into post-production and adding to the beats. So it's like a big, grand spectacle. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And having people come in and play instruments and shit on it. And, yeah, it's like a lot. It's like
that's
70% done.
crazy,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. I'm gonna play when we get off the mic. I'm gonna play you some records.
Okay.
It's tight. It's like really big sounding, and I'm happy.
That's what's up, bro.
Yeah.
So I mean, did you like once you said you started getting back into that creative space, did you have the idea of doing something like this, or was it after talking to Eris, or like
it was me and Eris have been talking about this for years, but I don't think I was in the right headspace to even be working with rappers at the time.
Yeah.
And like, I just thought I was like the most, like, I don't know. I thought I was above like making rap music for a little bit. I was just like, oh, I just want to be a DJ and make DJ shit.
Yeah.
But I mean, look what happened. Luckily, I didn't go all the way into that route because I'd have been in the corner crying. But you feel me? Like, so like, luckily, like I was able to still like make rap shit.
Yeah.
And still have these relationships with people. That's the cool thing is like, I've done a lot of favors for people over the years. So like this time when I ask people for shit, people are coming with it. It's so tight. Because I don't ever ask people for nothing. You know what I'm saying? So like when I ask the homies like, yo, you want to do a verse? These fools are going crazy on the verses and shit. It's fucking tight. It's hella tight. So I'm hyped about it. It's like, it's just good timing. You know what I mean? So I'm really excited about it.
I'm stylistically, I'm anxious to hear like what direction you're in right now.
It's like a bunch of like Just Blaze ass beats, like big ass beats, like it's tight.
Yeah.
It's super tight.
Yeah.
And like, it was gonna be like a super stripped down project with just like loops, like on some like AUK shit.
Yeah.
But I started making the beats and I was like, I can make better beats than this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I did that with the Boldy joint. The Boldy joint originally was just like a stripped down loop, and I took his vocals after I got Vic's vocals. Or I took it after I got his vocals. I was like, I can make a better beat than this. So I made the beat, remade the beat, and then sent it to Vic, and then Vic hopped on it, and I was like, okay, it sounds like a lot better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's cool. Same thing with the mic record.
Yeah.
I got it back, and I was like, I just needs more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I just took like all that stuff that I've learned over the past couple years on how to make beats progress and like make them change and crazy switch ups and stuff.
Right.
If I never took the time to learn all that stuff, this project probably wouldn't even be half as good as sounding as it's gotten to. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of thankful for that. So, because sequencing is important. It's keeping people guessing. You know what I'm saying? So
and just to keep it interesting too, because there's so much music that comes out now that is so simple. Yeah. And it's interesting because like being an old head and remembering, you know, music that was being made in the late 80s, mid to late 80s, primarily mid to late 80s. So I think about artists. I think about groups like Run DMC, Houdini. Like they're, I mean, it was a drum machine and then a little bit of instrumentals.
Right.
But what they did creatively, vocally, was so interesting.
Right.
And now I think you have, I think because people can release music so quickly, so easily, it's easy to just get a loop and then
that's why like, and I'm like, and now I'm an old head, so my old head shit is like Black Album and shit, and I've always in like Late Registration and shit like that.
Yeah.
So I've always wanted to make a project that's like, just because people don't make projects that got like big sounding beats anymore. You know what I mean? So that's always been something that's been in my wheelhouse, and now it's been the time where I've actually been able to like sit down and take the time to like work these records and like really like fine tune this big sound that I wanted. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm excited, bro, and I think people are gonna bug out when they hear it too.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
that's what's up. So you said you got this Fresh Sxlxmxn joint, and you got this joint with Eris. What was what's the middle?
This other collective I'm a part of called Nightmare, and they're all like a lot of really there's me, Torrance, Let Joe, Ward Lewis, Zahn. Hold on, I gotta forget. There's so many people in it. Squatch. You know Squatch.
Yeah, I know Squatch.
Yeah, Squatch. Yep. McNatt and Kaylee. She's a singer. And yeah, they're all like a bunch of like, they're just all really experimental. So like it's cool like when I do stuff with them because like all right, it's like I can like go back and go make experimental stuff that you wouldn't normally hear with them. You know what I mean? Yeah. So they're a cool little collective. I like those guys a lot. They're all so crazy. Yeah. Like, and they're all on that. Not all of them, but some of them are on that EP that I'm gonna put out, probably, hopefully, like February or March.
Okay.
So we got some joints. They're all insane.
So 2021 is gonna be like
that's what it feels like. I've like everything over the past like from 2016 when I fucking was in that weird little slump. Although it took 4 years to get out of it. And then 2020 was the year when I just started making hella stuff again. Yeah. I feel like next year is going to be the one. Besides the stuff I did with like Boca and Milk, that stuff's easy though. You know what I mean? Like that stuff didn't even take any thought for me. That's just like making some regular records. It still sounds great. You know what I mean? But that's like, we just got together and like made some shit. You know what I mean? So. And
it's so funny that you say that. And maybe it's because I think I have an understanding that like a lot of that is, that's just your people. And so.
We're just kicking it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And so to know that those collaborations happen, it's like, well, of course.
Well, yeah, we're chilling. Yeah. You know what I mean? So you guys want to go downstairs and make some music? And I was like, yeah, let's go make a banger. You know what I mean? So that's second nature. Like orchestrating like a full 12-song project with each, there's like 3 rappers on each song. Like that's hard to do, and like picking who's gonna be with who, and like it's hard. I'm gonna like work on it today. Yeah. And I'm gonna work on that Nightmare beat. But it's like you just gotta chip away at it, kind of. Right. You know what I mean?
Right. Which to me, I like hearing that because, and I don't want to come across as saying like that people don't spend time on projects, but I don't think people often spend time like you're describing, where you're really producing a project. I'm not just making some beats and somebody spit on. I am producing this project.
A lot of thought is going into these. Oh shit, these 3. Will you pause that real quick?
Yep. Yeah, man. The stuff that goes on, like I should sometimes just keep the mics rolling. You should. Right? So yeah, man. So it's like I said, it's cool to see that you're continuing to build with like people who are fam. Yeah. You've been a part of like collectives or like crews. Yeah. As long as I've known you. Yeah. Like you've done stuff with like. You remember this crew?
It's like signing like a little label deal and then doing your thing with them. And it's like, all right, that deal's over. Right. What else can I make? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, I don't know. I'm just friends. You know what I'm saying? I'm social.
There was a time, and some of it may just be because I've been doing this, as long as I have in the city. And a lot of the cats who, like when I was really kind of coming up doing this stuff, have either graduated on to doing different things, or maybe even just graduated outside of doing music whatsoever. But I was really big on the Portland music scene. You know what I mean? Trying to find the scene, support the scene, promote the scene. And even though that's a part of what I do, I feel like in part, there's just another generation that's coming up, and I'm not necessarily connected with them.
Mm-hmm.
And then with what's going on now, with this separation that we have, it's harder to be connected with people.
Mm-hmm.
But being a member of the Portland music scene, as long as you have, what's your view of the Portland music scene now?
I don't know. It's the same.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know a lot of the young cats either. But I do know a lot of them though. There's like a lot of young cats that I think are really tight. Like Bird Bennett, he's crazy. My boy HV's tight. Boca, of course. Boca and Dante and all them are all like the young kids though. Like they're like the best. They're the cream of their crop.
Yeah.
Produce. All those kids are doing good work.
Yeah.
So I'm still connected with all them, but I think it's still the same. There's still egos. I don't know. I've always been the one that's in the middle though of everything, so I'm cool with everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like it's the same to me.
Yeah.
You know. We are gonna move though. We were supposed to move to LA this year, but all this stuff happened. We were supposed to move in June.
Yeah.
So we're gonna move hopefully in like a year. If everything pans out right and COVID gets squashed out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We'll probably be out of here in like a year. And then I'll take my talents down there, which is tight because then I can shop. After I put these projects out, I can shop them around and like go to other labels and see what's happening. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Is it still, so that's still the case? Like you can only, artistically, you feel like you can only do so much being here in Portland?
Well, I mean, things are more accessible. I mean, look who I've already worked with from being here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, here has just been practice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, people are more accessible down there. And I was talking, Dane.
Yeah.
I was talking
That's
to
the
Dane,
homie.
and Dane was like, yo, you got to get down here. I was just talking to him a couple weeks ago, and he was
Yeah.
like, bro, you will go crazy down here. And I was like, yeah, I'll be down there soon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So, it's just, I mean, I'm still young. So, I'm like in my prime. Well, not my prime yet. 35 will be like prime time.
Yeah.
But I'm still learning and shit. So, I think going down there would be tight.
Yeah.
I think it'll be super tight.
That's what's up, man. Chopping up with Solomon. So, talking about the impact of just 2020, man. Everything that's happened in 2020 artistically, not just artistically, just in terms of like life stuff, man. Like, how are you doing with everything? You know what I mean?
I'm good, bro. I went through like a weird breakup in 2019, so I was like, I've been on quarantine since last November. Like last November, I was like, I'm not going to leave in the house until March. And then I stayed in the house until March, bro. And then I had stuck in the house again. So I've been inside longer than everybody else. You know what I mean? Yeah. So mentally, I'm cool. I'm good. April was when I was like, oh my God, I'm going to die.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like like the walls are closing in.
Yeah.
And then you start to catch your second wind. You get used to being inside. Yeah. And so now I just be here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like there's a couple people I kick it with. It's the same though. I'm not too worried. I don't care about going out.
Yeah.
Just hang out here, play my PlayStation. When you see my room, you're like, oh, that's why you don't leave. I don't need to. There's so much shit in there. Like, yeah, my video games, my little setup, my TV. Yeah. There's a lot of art on the wall and shit. So yeah. It's cool. I'm chilling.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
With the we touched on it just a tiny bit, man, but with everything that's going on with, and it's funny because it's not like a lot of the stuff that we're experiencing with the outcry, civil unrest. It's not like this is stuff that hasn't been happening forever. It's just it's at a different level right now.
Yeah, and what's crazy is I've seen it from the very, 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 very forefront. Mm-hmm. My roommate is one of the leaders of Rose City Justice.
Oh, word.
Yeah, so like he's like one of the people who started it. So I've it's crazy. I've seen a lot of things. I haven't been, because I went to one protest, but like I'm just like not trying to get in trouble or get maced or nothing. So I just stay my ass in the house. Yeah. But I've seen all the politics behind everything. I've seen all the weird stuff going on. I've seen all the black on black like hate, the other groups hating on each other and shit. I've seen everything from firsthand. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's been interesting to see. Luckily, RCJ they get a lot of hate, but it's all good intent. They mean well. They took the more political place and started sitting down with council members and doing things like that instead of being out in the streets where a lot of work that needs to be done can happen. You know what I mean? Because every work needs to happen everywhere, but they kind of took the office route. You know what I'm saying? And going actually shaking hands with these people that can make changes and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that's been cool to see. So they're doing good work.
That's what's up.
Doing really good work.
That's what's up.
So.
It's crazy. I didn't realize that you were that close to that side of it.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, I stay out of it though. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I still rock with all of them though. But shout out Max Smith. That's my boy.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's like not my fight to be. It's my fight to be fighting, but I gotta fight it in a different way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what that cartoon is about too. You'll see.
Oh, word?
Yeah, you'll see. There's like, you'll see.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay.
So
That's what's up.
yeah.
Earlier today, I was getting ready to come over here, and I seen you jump on social looking for folk to follow on Twitch. Are you on Twitch? Like, are you doing stuff on Twitch?
I'm about to start a Twitch. I started a Discord a couple days ago, and it like started booming.
So
talk
talk to me about Discord, bro.
So Discord was originally used. I've had Discord for like 3 years. It was originally used for gamers to talk and chat when you're playing video games.
Yeah.
There's different channels for like different games. I'll show you on my phone. And I don't know who started doing it for producers, but whoever did it is super smart. There's different channels.
Okay.
So there's like a main chat channel, and it's like share your art channel. Like you make up all the channels that you want to make. Like collab. I made a collab channel, plugins channel, a video game channel, and people just go in there and start talking. You know what I mean? It's a good place for you to be more intimate with people that want to hear more of your music and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just being on Twitter and blasting a link, you can actually go and talk in a space that's not bothering other people. Everyone's in there for that one reason. So I started my own Discord channel, and last night people started pouring in. Like I just started talking in there like 11, and just people started pouring in. It went from like 15 people, no, like 10 people to like 50 people. And since like 11 o'clock last night. So, and there's people are still joining in right now. So it's tight. So people start telling people about it, more and more people are going to hop in.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try to take the traffic from that and just directly put it into my Twitch and start streaming beats and video games and stuff like that. So, because with this winter is about to, I heard another insurgence of COVID's about to come back, resurgence, excuse me.
Yeah.
So I'm about to just be shacked up in here. I'm about to get the PS5 and just really go crazy. You feel me?
That's great. So, nah, bro. Like I think that. I mean, nobody knows for sure, but I think when we look at, we're getting into just regular old flu season and an opportunity to spread more. I think that the chance for that COVID spike to happen is real.
I never caught the flu.
Ever?
No.
It's because you stay inside.
Yep. My whole life. I just been that kid. I could have started gangbanging too, and I didn't. I just played video games and made beats.
Yeah.
Skateboarded.
Yeah.
Whatever.
That's what's up.
So,
that's what's up, bro.
I'm not tripping about COVID.
So you're at this place where you've worked with a lot of industry people.
Mm-hmm.
You've worked with a lot of underground folk.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have like a list of people that you want to do a project with?
Yeah, I want to work with Currency hella bad. He's tight.
Yeah.
He's been like one of my favorites forever.
Yeah.
Rob Banks, he's from Florida. He's dope. I don't know. I just take whatever, because I can make almost anything. I'll take whatever comes my way. If the opportunity is right, it's like, yeah, let's make something. I'll make something. I promise you, if I sat down with Ye, me and Ye would come out with something. You know what I mean? It's like, it just depends.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot of people I want to work with. I'll work with anybody if they're tight. You know?
Yeah. But I mean, with that, it's because it's like you said, it's one thing to be able to you're so creative, you can do that. But if you feel like this is the project, this is the project, this is the project that I want to do, like this, and it may not happen for 10 years. That's fine, but that's still like my bucket list project. That's the project that'll be like people will look back on and be like, yo, that's a solid project. Yeah.
Man, that's a good question. I know who I really like.
Yeah.
I like Kaytranada a lot. I think he's a genius.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with him?
Yeah.
I think he's a genius. He had a lot of influence on my style.
Mm-hmm.
I think if me and Just Blaze did like a beat tape, that'd be crazy.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
And let me think of one more. Oh, you know who Guap Dad 4000 is? He's tight.
I know the name, but
he's tight.
Like if you play some stuff, I don't know.
He's dope. I messaged him on Twitter the other day, and he hit me back, but that's not gonna happen until down the line.
Right.
I just gotta be more in a position to. I gotta have more money. That's my guy, though.
I hear you, bro. So I think a lot of people most people probably know you for for production. I mean, that's where
Yeah.
you put like the majority of your energy.
Mm-hmm.
But you also rap a little bit.
Not no more.
It's like you're done rapping.
Actually, you know what? That's cap. That's another thing we were doing at the start of quarantine is I started rapping again.
Oh, word.
I was going crazy. And then I don't know. It's so like when you think about writing a whole project, bro, that's the most daunting thing ever.
Yeah.
Cause I did it. I've done it twice. One didn't come out. You know what I mean?
Say, I know
yeah,
one.
One, and then one didn't come out. And that shit, man, I don't know. I don't have it in me to write a whole project. I did a bunch of features for people during quarantine though.
Yeah.
So you'll probably like hear a couple speckles.
Okay.
But me, Devin, and Shirty were gonna do one. And that would be easy because I just gotta write verses.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't want to have to go in and think of concepts and da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
But we were gonna do one, but I don't even know where that's sitting at right now. It probably won't ever happen. It was
Yeah.
just fun. We were just sitting down here rapping and drunk. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that was tight.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Me and Milk should have started a group. We were down here the other day listening to just old records. Me and him used to do. We had a bunch of joints that we did together, and
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, we were just rambunctious kids.
Yeah.
It was fun.
It's funny because Milk has been, as long as I've been, kind of paying attention.
Yeah.
Milk's consistently been making music, but it feels like, and maybe it's just because of what he's doing on social media.
Yeah.
But it feels like he's on a whole nother level right now.
Yo, okay, so this is what happened. This is another product of COVID.
Okay.
Is we were sitting there. He wasn't really making music until we did that Friends of Eddie Cole project, the one that me and him did.
Yeah.
And then after me and him put that out, everyone was sweating him. And it's like, all right, there we go. And then he just started doing projects with everybody. They just emailed me and him are doing another one. That's another one, man. They just emailed me the records. I haven't even heard them yet.
Yeah.
We don't even have a name for the project yet, but we know that's coming.
Yeah. So wait, so this is something you're doing production on? Or something?
Yeah, did you hear Milk's project, the
No,
Friends of Eddie Cole?
I haven't heard it
Yeah, I
yet.
made the whole thing.
Okay.
I'll send that to you.
Okay.
That came out earlier this year. And then production, I'm producing his next one's coming out. And then he's got some stuff in the chamber.
Yeah.
Like some crazy shit in the chamber.
Yeah.
Like some cool moves. So that's like he's like my boy, like Boca's my boy. We be rocking.
Right.
So,
Right.
yeah. This one is like, it's just like a lot of loops.
Yeah.
They're super easy to sample chops. That's why it's fun to work with him, because it reminds me when I first started making beats. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So nothing crazy. I don't even got to think about making them. I just find a sample, loop it up with some easy drums, and he'll just go in there and go crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So that's
yeah.
why it's fun working with him, because he'll tell me if I'm doing too much too. He'll be like, bro, take that out. That's too much. You know what I mean? Like, you're doing too much. I don't like that's too much. The drums are too crazy. It's
Right.
like, all right, I feel you.
Right.
I feel you.
That's what's up.
So
So I asked you off air. I don't know how much of this you want to put out, but I just asked you, like, in terms of your production process, like what you use.
Oh, now I have like a little arsenal now. I was like, I don't have shit but Fruit Loops, but now I got a Korg MS 2000, got an SP 404, and Fruit Loops, and then like a slew of like software, like a bunch of stuff that I use. It's like Omnisphere and all that stuff, a bunch of native instrument stuff. I got another controller. I got this thing called the Akai Fire. It's like the controller made for Fruity Loops. It's got like a bunch of little squares. You know how Fruity Loops is set up? Have you seen the screen? There's like a sequencer like this. It looks almost exactly like this, and it has a bunch of little squares, and you set your drums up in it like that.
Yeah.
You can chop samples on each square and shit. And then that's all I have. But before I was just straight Fruity Loops. And then I use Ableton sometimes too.
Yeah.
Like if I want to get real saucy, there's some stuff in Ableton you can do that you can't do in FL. You know what I mean? So that's what I use.
Because you started on Fruity Loops, right?
Yeah, when I was like 15.
It's crazy, bro.
Crazy.
It's just so funny, yo.
I was at my boy Adrian's house the other day. He was like, bro, I got some beats from you that you don't even remember. And I was like, what you mean? This fool has beats from me from 07, 06. Like, before I even did anything, I was like, dang, how do you have these?
Right.
He has this old computer. I used to just go to his house before I had a computer. I used to make beats on his computer and leave. And he still has all of them. I was like, damn, that's fucking lit. That's lit.
Yeah.
They sound like shit.
Well, you know, that was a minute ago.
Yeah,
right?
No,
That
it's
was a
tight
minute
though.
ago.
It's hella tight to look back on though. So
Yeah. Chopping up with the homie Solomon. So the idea of leaving Portland, moving to LA, growing your career there, Are there is that really about? Let me go down there. Let me just build. Let me see what can happen.
No, because I know how I work. Like I know how I am. I'm super social. I can go like in most situations and meet people. That's what I was doing when I was working at Office Depot. Like I'll just start talking to people. Like, oh, what do you do? Da, da, da. And they're like, oh, I own a food cart. We're about to have a little show. You want to DJ for it? I'm like, oh yeah, I DJ. And they're like, oh, word.
Yeah.
They're like, well, we're about to have a grand opening, and like that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'll come through. You know what I mean? And then I just build that way, just conversation and being regulars from working in retail my whole life.
Yeah.
Just talking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I feel like I can be pretty personable with people, and weasel my way into circles. Not weasel. That sounds horrible. But you know,
just manipulate.
Get in
just
there.
networking.
Get in there. You know what I'm saying? So I think I can do that down there because I've done it here in Seattle. Half the rappers on my project are from Seattle. You know what I mean? So, I think I think my networking skills are top tier.
Yeah. That's what's up. And it's always tough, man. Because I often say it's like being here. It's always tough to see people who I've gotten to know, who've really done a lot of stuff here in the city. My vision has always been like that. Like this would be a hub, and people would come
back.
to Portland.
No, I'm coming back though. That's the thing. Like I really, 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 really will come back though and bring it back. If it happens, I will be back.
Yeah.
Like Moses.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people didn't do it. Shout out to Mine, but he didn't do it. I mean, he kind of did, I guess. He still has his little moments. But like I'll really try to help people out and put them on songs with people that they wouldn't normally be on with. You know what I'm saying? That's what I did with this project. Shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. I'm gonna move. I'm not going nowhere. I'll be back.
That's what's up.
Probably, most likely.
I'm gonna hold you to that.
But I'm gonna move to like when I come back though. When I come back, I'm gonna move to like fucking Troutdale or something.
It's out East County, bruh.
Move out there
for real.
Mm-hmm.
The Eris project sounds like it's going to be pretty amazing, and I think Eris has shown that just sort of the way that they move and the access that they have, that they've created. It's kind of crazy to think with that project.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. We made the Boldy Connect and the other connects ourselves, but the Eris has the ability to legitimize it, kind of. You know what I mean? So when I take it to other labels, I'm gonna have vinyl pressed up. Like, yo, I just put this out. Boom.
Yeah.
You guys want to talk about maybe doing something? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the thing that I didn't have before. I had all the plugs before, but I didn't have like the legitimacy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which is gonna help a lot.
Yeah.
I think. Shout out Taylor and Sean because man, sometimes we'll butt heads.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we don't see eye to eye on a lot of things. Not me and Sean, but me and Taylor won't. But I'm like, Taylor, just listen, bro. I know what I'm fucking doing. Yeah. And he usually listens. Like with the Boldy thing, I'm like, Taylor, I have a plug on Boldy. We have to pull this trigger. Yeah. We have to. He's like, I don't know. Da, da, da. And I'm like, bro, we're going to do it. Fuck it. Let's just do it. And he's like, all right, let's do it.
Yeah.
A week later, after we get an agreement going with Boldy, he signs to Griselda. And then after that, he's on Big Sean's album. I'm like, Taylor, I told you. I told you, bro. Like, what are you talking about? I told you. And like, that's such a good look.
Yeah.
Just on my side. I know I just be having that feeling. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, come on, we have to do this.
Yeah.
Like,
just because of having your ear to the street, just because of knowing what like just having a sense of talent and then who that talent is connected with.
Yeah. I didn't even know that was gonna happen though. But I'm like, I was just like, yo, see?
Yeah.
Told you.
Yeah.
I told you, bro.
That's what's up, bro. What else is up with you, man?
What do you want to know? I
don't know. What else? I mean, like I said, I haven't really talked to you in a minute, bro. You know what I mean? So it's just good getting caught up.
Still collecting sneakers.
I don't even think I knew you was into sneakers like that.
Bro, what do you mean?
Yeah.
I got like no flex. I got like $30,000 worth of shoes. I'm not kidding. I have a bunch of shoes.
Yeah, issue.
I got like rare ones though. I got like heat, like coveted shoes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if I ever am down bad, I'll just sell them.
So you like, Are you a brand loyalist or?
No, not really. I mean, I have more Nikes than anything, obviously.
Yeah.
But I got like some weird niche Adidas and like, no, I only have 2 pair of Adidas actually.
Oh, word.
Yeah, I have only. I guess I'm a Nike boy.
So what's your most coveted
shoe that I have?
Yeah.
My Yeezy 2s and my Louis Vuitton Jaspers. Those are both Kanye shoes. So those are crazy.
Yeah. You're a Yee fan, right?
Yay?
Yeah.
That's why I make beats.
Really?
Yeah. That's like what got me into it. Him and Ninth Wonder.
Okay.
2 of my favorite producers. Did you hear that Project Ninth drop with GQ the other day? You know who GQ is? Ooh. That's fire.
Okay.
I was trying to get GQ on a project, but he stopped answering me. Shout out him though. He's tight. He's dope.
That's crazy, yo. So it's crazy. So big on sneakers. Like I said, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, and clothes.
Yeah,
I like clothes. And
weren't you doing like a clothing line situation for a minute?
Nah, we just did a one capsule for my album that never came out.
So what's up with that?
Double back. Me and Jordan, I don't know. I just don't rap anymore, so. And having a clothing line is whack. Like, I mean, shout out to people that do, but like, bro, I do not have time for that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, coming up with designs and shit.
Yeah.
My boy Colby's about to start one though.
Yeah.
He's opening another store. He's like who runs Compound right now. It's like one of my best friends. And
the crazy time to be talking about trying to open a store though.
Yeah. I mean, everybody don't care. People don't care.
Yeah.
The people are outside. Like, there's a rare few people who are like, all right, we're just going to stay inside.
Yeah.
There's not that many left.
That's just, yeah, man, you gotta be.
Hold on. Can I put Boca on?
Yeah, absolutely.
Caller, you're on the air. You're on the air. Hey.
Boca, what's good with you, man?
Look who it is.
You on Klyph Notes, bro?
Hey. What's good?
I was finna get something to eat and slide
Oh, yeah. You know the fucking vibrations. Let me finish this and then I'll hit you, okay?
Yeah,
All right.
Get that extra special guest on this episode of Klyph Notes, man. Yeah, so, but what else is good, man? What else?
Bro, really, not a lot. I got a car. I got a Range Rover. That's tight.
That's very tight.
Cause niggas know I wasn't driving for a long time.
Yeah.
But I was like, I need some, especially right now. I'm not trying to take Uber. I was taking Ubers to work when I worked in not Vancouver, Tigard.
Yeah.
It's $40 each way. I spent $1,200 on Ubers 1 month, and I was like, this ain't it.
Yeah, that's more than the car payment, right?
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
I just went. I got plugged on it too. So
A word.
yeah, I got a good deal on it. So
That's what's up.
but I'm
Speaking
about
of,
to sell that in like Copper Benz or something. I don't know.
oh my gosh, bro, really?
Yeah.
How about like an Accord, man?
Well, I deserve it, bro. You don't know what I've been through. I deserve something cool, bro.
That dude says you don't know what I've been through.
Let me live. I need something nice.
That's what's up, bro. If you can swing it, do
I
it.
can.
Yeah. That's what's up, man. I got to do this, man. Speaking of plugs and speaking of clothing lines, man, I got to real quick once again shout out to my folk over at Akepele Apparel for continuing to support the Klyph Notes podcast. You should check them out, man. They got some dope threads. Check out the website akepele.com. They latter part of 2019, early 20, they released a new line with their new logo, and definitely dope on the t-shirts, man. And they have some other accessories, and they support me. So if you dig what I do, then you should support them. Check them out at akepele.com. It's akepele.com. It's even though we're getting into the fall. By the time this drops out, it'll probably be spring. But you know what I'm saying? They got the jackets, they got hoodies, they got all kinds of good stuff. So check them out and definitely let them know that you heard about them here on the Klyph Notes podcast. It's funny, bro, because like when I think about episodes of the podcast that I did, like they're all individually really cool. Mm-hmm. But I remember I probably talked about it on the second episode the second interview that we did.
Mm-hmm. The Germany episode? That was the second one.
That was the second one.
Yeah.
But the first one, like I came to your spot because I was doing something for, like, I think I was doing something for X-Ray, and I was like, yo, can I get you to, like, I don't know, it was something weird. And then we just started talking, and I was like, yo, this is dope. Like, we should just record an episode of the Klyph Notes podcast.
Yeah.
It was just, that's actually like
That
one
episode
of my
was
favorite,
tight.
yeah,
That
that's one
was
of my favorite
tight.
episodes. So y'all should go back and listen to. It's the first. I have to look up to see what it is, but it's the first episode, the first interview, and I think it's probably listed as Stuart Villain.
Yeah,
At that time, you was going by Stuart
definitely.
Villain. Just such a dope conversation, man.
Yeah.
And then let me publicly say, bro, big ups to you, because you're an individual who would randomly, like, just hit me, not on some radio stuff, not on some music stuff, just on some, yo, bro, just reaching out to say what's up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, and I think oftentimes, especially in these circles, that doesn't often happen. You know what I mean?
Nah, it doesn't. You got to check in on people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what friends are for. You know what I'm saying? We've been boys for fucking, I don't even know how long, bro. It's been a long time. Since I was a kid.
Yep.
It's crazy, since I was a kid.
Yep.
So, yeah, I mean, you got to. My bad if I haven't recently. Things are just crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, it's mutual, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
absolutely mutual.
Yeah.
Life gets going, and we get caught up in, like, what we're dealing with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But every time we tap back in, it's like regular.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's what's tight.
And that's what's cool. I mean, we can just literally have a conversation.
Yeah.
Just happen to throw some microphones on.
Just kick it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What have you been up to?
Man, outside of the 9 to 5, which I feel really blessed that I've been able to continue to work, like, through this whole pandemic situation. I think people on here know, like, my 9 to 5 is in healthcare, so, like, the COVID situation kind of hit home a little bit. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, just doing a 9 to 5 situation. Wife and I just celebrated 26 years, so super grateful for that.
You got a
know
little
what
button you can press for that? Come on, a
I'm
little
saying?
air
I
horn or
should.
something.
Hold on. We can do this.
There we go.
You know what I'm saying?
There you
That's
go.
for 26 years. That's for 26 years.
There we go.
You know what I mean? And then, yeah, man, just, between the radio show, the Klyph Notes podcast, and then I jumped on Twitch, man. I'm trying to figure this streaming situation out, which I need to hit you up about, because I know.
Nah, well, I don't know much about Twitch.
Yeah.
I know a lot about Discord.
Okay.
Which my Discord's going crazy still. But my boy Omari Jazz. Are you familiar with Omari?
Yes. The name.
Man, he's one of the best producers I've ever heard, period.
Oh, word?
Facts.
Okay, that says a lot then. That says a lot.
He's amazing, bro.
Yeah.
He's like Devin. You know Devin who?
Yeah.
He's Devin who's little homie.
Oh, word?
Yeah. So
Okay.
he's like, bro, he's
Okay.
insane.
Okay.
He's like, he's on Twitch a lot.
Okay.
And he's the one who kind of inspired me to start my Discord channel and my Twitch.
Yeah.
I got to just get more stuff. I got to get like a new mic for my Twitch and like get a capture card for my computer so I can stream from my PlayStation and all that stuff. So,
Yeah.
But he streams making beats on there, and he's phenomenal.
I watch a couple. So, I check out Theory and Trox. Streaming.
I'm on Trox's stream all the time too.
Yeah. So those two are dope. And then Jazzy Jeff, just like when he spins. Maceo a little bit, but Mace just like turns his Twitch on and just plays like music.
Yeah.
So sometimes I jump on there. Private Stock Records, DJ Zimmy.
You see Ninth Wonders?
I haven't seen 19.
His is tight. He
Word.
just hops on there and plays old school shit and DJs.
That's
I just
what's
turn
up.
it on and like while I'm cleaning the house.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
shit,
just
you
put
know
stuff
what I
on in the
mean?
background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His is tight.
Yeah.
It's weird that we're in such a weird space with music, like that's the thing. At first I was like, man, nobody wants to watch y'all rap.
Right.
But now there's like, well, how am I gonna watch a show? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so it's like now you have to kind of.
Yeah.
So, because I wasn't into the live shit at the start of COVID.
Yeah.
Oh, this is stupid.
Yeah.
But now I always eat my words too.
Yeah.
Like, now I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck.
Well, but it's crazy though also to see like how creative people are getting, because it gets to that point where it is just, okay, I'm sitting in front of my computer watching a situation. So like, how do you make it interactive? How do you make it interesting? And so it's been interesting to watch how people do that.
Yeah.
And so being on the creative side of it, it's like, oh,
Yeah.
it's a lot, man.
Yeah. Well, that's what we're trying to figure out right now. Is I have like 2 other people that are like helping me do the Discord thing and keep it interesting.
Yeah.
Colby's one of them actually.
Yeah.
But like, how can we do like giveaways and like once we hit a certain number of people in my Discord, like what can we do? Like how can we reward y'all? Like that kind of stuff to keep it interesting and keep it from keep it being unique. You know what I mean? That's the hard part. You know what I mean? I didn't realize how much work and thought actually goes into small stuff like that people wouldn't think about.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, just keeping things interesting is the important part.
Yeah,
for sure.
So do you? So now that you're kind of heading a little bit into that direction, do you have any feelings at all about like Facebook and Instagram and they're like pumping the brakes on people doing like live DJ sets and stuff, or does that even?
Are they pumping the brakes on people doing that? Well, that's what Twitch is for.
But even Twitch, like when I'm doing, because I actually air Welcome to the Neighborhood.
Oh,
on
they
Twitch.
talk about copyrighted stuff. Oh,
so like on Twitch, what they'll do is they'll just mute like if they recognize something, they'll mute it. Facebook's talking about like actually taking people's pages down. Oh, really? So I'm connected with Mixcloud because with Mixcloud they actually have a deal so you can play copyrighted stuff.
Right.
But it's just crazy because when you're in a position to, because you're obviously the stuff that you're doing is primarily original stuff. But like as a curator, as a DJ for myself, if I want to play your stuff, it limits a platform.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Huh.
So it's crazy when you think about trying to be in service of artists,
and you can't be because these companies are being jackasses. Yeah.
It's nuts.
Yeah, it is crazy. I had no idea.
Yeah, I
gotta look into that.
Yeah. So let me publicly say shout out to Mixcloud for creating an opportunity where we can support local artists.
Hit the button again. Come on. There you go.
I'm gonna have to get my horn on here. You know what I'm saying? So with your Discord, man, is that something that like you want to put out so people know to jump on?
It's gonna be I mean, I literally just started it the other day.
Okay.
I think it's one of those things that's gonna grow itself. I'm even gonna tell people about it, and people are like, oh, yo, go tap in with Saul's Discord.
Yeah.
It was primarily gonna be. It's weird. It was primarily gonna be strictly about my releases and stuff that I'm doing.
Yeah.
But I kind of wanted to do be more of a service to the community and the producer community, and have it be a place where other people can share. Yeah. Not even just producers, just artists and people who do art in general. Just like, yo, come in here, come kick it. We're all hella cool.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, come share what you're doing. You know what I mean? Because I didn't have that when I was younger. You know what I mean? So it'd be a cool place for kids to just come in and like, oh, I'm actually talking to these people I look up to. You know what I'm saying? I've already seen that in my Discord. Like, yo, I can't believe I'm in here with so and so. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So
I'm working right now on downloading the
app.
The app. Yeah.
I'll shoot you an invite to the Discord too, and then I'll show you how it works.
Okay.
It's pretty simple, bro. Like. Some people are like, I don't get it, but
it ain't like. Nah, I ain't even gonna say that. I'll put that out there. Yes, I will reach out to you to ask you for the rundown, bro.
Yeah, it's easy. I know more about Discord than I do about Twitch, though.
Okay, that's what's up. So now that you're in this place where you're really pushing to start creating again, if people are hearing this and maybe they're not connected with you, how can they? So you're on social media some, like you're not like super on social media, like
no, I have been recently.
Yeah,
just because I know how it is, like I know how algorithms work too. You gotta be constantly on there you gotta be like interacting with people. So I'm like on Twitter a lot.
Yeah,
I was really quiet on Twitter for a long time just because I was working on shit. But now that like stuff's starting to get wrapped up, I try to like just be more personable. You know what I'm saying? I talk to people, not even about music, just like crack jokes and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm on Twitter as, man, what is it? I think it's Sxlxmxn_. So Solomon_. Solomon without the O's and X's instead is the easiest way to remember that.
Yep.
And then Instagram is solomon.flp. I'm not really on Facebook because I feel like it's just like, it's like a closed off. It's not like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just like people It's like the people that you don't know can't tap in with you on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really use Facebook that much. Yeah. But I'm on Twitter, Discord, Instagram, and Twitch. It's just Solomon. Just type in Solomon on all of them and you'll find me. I'll pop up.
Yeah.
So
that's what's up. That's what's up, dude.
Yeah, man.
Man. So it's I have one request.
Yeah. As
you are continuing to put together records, getting ready to release stuff, just remember, bro, I'm on FM radio.
Oh, you can't cuss?
I need radio edits, bro.
All right. Yeah, I got you. That's easy.
Okay.
But my radio edit speed. Yeah, I got you.
Okay.
I just be slipping sometimes.
I know this, bro.
Because it's so ingrained in my head that it doesn't sound like a cuss word anymore.
Well, and it's because, I mean, there are so many other outlets now, right? You can just play stuff on the internet, and it's kind of
I gotta be more mindful of getting you, because that's why you haven't heard mine and Milk stuff, because I haven't tapped in with you. But he cusses too much for it to even bother to go on.
I know. Just send me the instrumental,
it's
bro.
toxic, yeah.
Just send me the instrumental, right?
No, don't even put that on there.
But nah, man, it's like it's exciting to hear that you're gonna be putting out some new stuff, man. And
yeah, this time it's really coming, because I'm always like, oh yeah, something's coming out.
Right.
We're doing that for the past 4 years, but this time it's about to go down.
No doubt. What else, bro? That's it.
I don't know. You don't play video games?
Nah, not really. I got a PS3. That tells you where I'm at.
Oh yeah, you gotta get it. You want my PS4 when I get my PS5?
Oh, bro, don't tempt me.
You can have it for free.
Bro. Oh man, look, so you done messed up now, bro.
You can have it.
Cause I'm a big Madden fan, right?
Yeah, you gotta get a PS4. You can have it, bro. I swear.
Okay.
You can literally have it for
Okay.
nothing. I'll give it to you.
I'll
You just gotta drive out here and get it. I'm not driving out there.
Look, if I'm getting a PS4, believe that, bro. Believe that.
Come on, that's like someone handing.
Nah, cause I was gonna get the I don't remember what year it was, but the next Madden was gonna drop, and they were like, you can only you have to have a PS4 to play it. And I was like, well, I guess that's it. I ain't playing no more Madden.
That's the end of the road. Yeah, no, you can have mine, and then when I get a PS6, you can have my PS5.
Man, we'll just keep it
There we
moving
go.
like that. You know what I'm saying?
There we go.
That's what's up.
Because then you can still keep getting games, because Madden's gonna come out. The next Madden will come out for PS4 again.
Right.
Probably 2 more Maddens will come out for PS4 until they stop making it for PS4. So
Yep.
you got a good 2 years.
I'm good with that, bro. I'm good with that.
I got you.
When wifey hears it, she gonna be like, nope.
You gotta go. You gotta get a man cave. That's
Right.
the man cave for it.
100%, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
For real.
Bruh, way too long, definitely, to have done this. But it's cool to be like, so this is obviously something else we got to keep going. Like every so often, we got to do it.
Yeah. When it comes out, we got a link.
Word up.
And then by the time it comes out, I'm gonna be working on something else, obviously.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's keep doing it.
No doubt. The homie Solomon, man. Just good to link. Now we about to go check out the studio, and kind of see how you work.
Let's go.
That's what's up. Once again, man, thank you to everybody who supports the podcast. You can check it out everywhere you listen to your podcast: Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher. You can also check it out at klyphnotes.com. If you have questions or comments or suggestions, you can hit me on the email at klyphnotes@gmail.com. Be sure to like and subscribe, especially if you're on Apple Podcasts. It goes a long way in helping to spread the word. And once again, man, shout out to the people who've been supporting in a real tangible way. Shout out to X-Ray FM for their continued support of the Klyph Notes podcast. Once again, shout out to my folk over at Akepele Apparel for their support. Check them out at akepele.com. And last but never, ever least, big ups to my man, Theory Hazit, for creating the official theme song for the Klyph Notes podcast. All right, y'all. Until we have an opportunity to do this again, y'all be blessed. Peace.
Yee.